So hey, you guys. Hey, I just jumped on real fast. Um, my God, I am just pulling up to a place to get something to eat because I haven't eaten all day, and I just finished a podcast with one of my sisters. And I am compelled to jump on here and to talk to you all who are grieving. And I was driving and I heard the Lord said, do it immediately and let them know. So many of you are grieving. I'm about to do a series on grief, but I have to wait until the Lord says so. Because I want the people who are going to be guests on the show or who are going to be talking to be ready to talk about grief. But with so many deaths going on, sudden deaths, no matter what the death was from, no matter why, because that's not what we want to focus on. But people are grieving right now. And I mean, grieving heavy. You can literally feel it in the air. There is so much grief. And one of the things that I wanted to tell you all that the Lord said to me tonight to share with you all is stop lying to God about how you feel about what happened. I'm going to say that one more time, you guys. Please listen to me. Stop lying to God about how you feel about the death of your loved one. Some of you are angry at God. Some of you hate him. Some of you are upset. Some of you are confused. Some of you don't understand. And many times, especially when you are saved in your kingdom, we like to say, God giveth and God taketh away. And I understand that God needed them more. No, you don't. It's something you say to give yourself a moment of peace. But it's only a moment of peace that you get from saying that, because you really don't get any peace. You don't understand why God took him or her. You don't understand why God let it happen. You don't understand why it had to happen. You don't. And you're hurt and you're angry and you're bitter. And all God is waiting for you to do is to tell him the truth about how you feel about what happened. You have to tell him the truth about how you feel. Healing is not going to begin until you tell God the truth about how you feel about what happened. You got to tell God. You have to tell God. I know we were brought up in eras where they say, don't question God. They're lying. They're lying. They're lying. Listen, ask God and tell God. Tell him the truth, because God already knows how you feel. But there's a blockage there because you come before him to pray and you're dishonest about how you feel about him. You come before him to pray and you're angry and you don't like him and you don't understand why what happened. So tell him about it first, because when he breaks you all the way open to truth and you expose how you feel about what happened and how you feel about him allowing it, then he will begin to make you whole. Because you cannot continue to operate in a place like you're not bothered. You are bothered by the death. It bothers you. You are devastated. Tell God the truth about how you feel so he can begin to heal you and to make you whole. Tell him the truth. Don't go another day. Don't go before him again. How do you go before God with an ought against him about something he allowed? How do you go before him with an ought? He doesn't even hear you. You have an ought with him. You're angry with him and you're coming before him in false pretense. Tell the Lord how you feel. Tell him. The beginning of the wholeness, the healing part, the breakthrough in your grief will be when you tell God the truth. Tell him how you feel. Tell him you don't understand. Tell him it hurts. Tell him you don't know how you're going to go on. Ask him why would he allow that. Yeah, talk to him. Nobody else has the answer. Everybody can only come up with things that they think. God didn't ask you to find out what people thought. He asked you to tell him how you feel. He wants to know exactly how you feel. He already knows. Just confess it. Confession is made unto salvation. Confess. I don't have a whole lot to say. Like I said, I'll be doing a series. If you know somebody that's grieving, share this with them. Please begin your healing process by telling God how you feel. Yeah. Stop pretending that you're okay, because you're not. You're still in shock. You're going through life like a robot. You're not eating, you're not sleeping, your hair is falling out. You're eating too much. There just so many things are going on. You can't go past certain stores, certain smells disturb you. Stop pretending that you're okay and tell him. Because nobody understands and nobody can transform your life besides God. Don't be too angry to talk to him though, because you'll never find the solutions in any vices that you reach for. He's a healer. He's a comforter. And some of you may be too angry to even talk to him because you blame him. Even then, he wants to hear from you. My God. I love you all. God bless you. Have a good night.